Welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for War 2 of the season. SSx, we're having a blast. Remember, unique, fun, new, something we can learn from. I'm going to show it to you. And in this one, there's definitely some things here, even though I've already shown you America Chavez and Absorbing Man. Let's go ahead and jump right into this America Chavez. Now, I did decide, I talked about this in my last video, I did decide to go ahead and start with an SP1, the advanced power boost. This is ebb and flow knockdown, all of those things, right? So one of the things we've talked about at length is that one of the reasons America Chavez can be so good for this is that stun that's off her heavy is a passive. So I don't need to worry about it. It's not a debuff. So I don't need to worry about that here. And I started off with the advanced power boost, and I was going to throw my first special. So watch what happens here. So we throw it, but it shoots us all the way up to basically the special 3. I guess I could have intercepted there. Maybe, I don't know. Mystic Dispersion pushed me to my special 3, but this is something we've talked about. There's something to talk about. That did not go how I wanted it to go. I thought I was just going to get my initial Fate Seal up and then get into my SP1s, but it sent me all the way to my special 3. Teddy has so many buffs, but she does more damage based on how many of the buffs. One of the things that happens is the buff on the defender. He's got so many. Look at how much damage it did with the SP3. And I talked about this in a recent video. I almost didn't care. Like I threw my special and just indestructible. That, you know, fine, whatever. Look at the results of this though, and tell me, did it ultimately make any sort of difference? We have so many of our own dimensions up because that's what the special 3 does. It gets you one of each of your dimensions, and Hulkling has no shot here. He has no shot. His invulnerability is trying to save him, and this fight's going to take us about 1 minute and 10 seconds. The heavy ends it because she's just hitting so hard. I have 100% health. It did not go the way I drew it up, but that's because I made a mistake in thinking about how much power it was going to get off of that initial one. And then the special 3 still hits really hard. Now, here's where I make a mistake, and we're going to have some fun with this and talk about it because I'm actually still upset about this. You lose to gameplay issues or to game issues, and you want to be able to blame it on Kabam, but I can't in this one. I'm going to intentionally leave the game sounds on a little bit louder. A lot of you know I play with game sounds. Now, against Ma, and I want to stop this right here. Against Ma, you really want to be knocking him down with the heavy. That's what pauses his focus, right? And when he gets focused, he can cause that miss mechanic on you. The falter, and then you miss, then you degen. It creates a bad cycle. So one of the things with America Chavez to keep in mind is that when you are using your combo into the heavy, that is taking a lot of time. It is taking a lot of time. And when you cancel out the end of the heavy to throw your special, you're not knocking Ma down with the heavy. Now, I knew all of that. And I figured if I got the initial reparry in, I was going to actually play pretty aggressive and just try to end this fight. This is why you shouldn't do things like that. Let's go ahead and watch the rest of this. So I'm feeling good about this. You can see me. I am going to go ahead and decide not to let my heavy finish. And I throw the special one. And what that's allowing him to do is that allowed him to get focused. Then I make a little mistake right there. And then right about here, I can't hear it while I'm recording. My game sounds just completely go out. My Apple iWatch ends up telling me that I have completed my, I think it's activity circle. And I'm like, what is going on? Why is my phone, like, I really did struggle to regain my composure. And you're going to see, I actually never do. I never do. Game sounds eventually come back on. And like I said, if you've seen one of my streams, you've attended my streams, you know how much I rely on game sounds, especially for reparry. Now, who could it be more important to have your reparry on than Ebony Ma? And you can see, it's frustrating to watch this again. It really is, because, you know, America Chavez is better than this. I don't like making champions I like look bad, but that's exactly what's happening here. In hindsight, what I wish I had done is, and something you've seen me do in videos before, is I'll actually pause the game. I should have done that and tried to just figure out what the H was going on and why my game sounds are now so off. Maybe just try to get them back and kind of let myself take a breath. And remember, all I really needed to do here was just start knocking him down with his heavy. Get to my SP2, throw it. It would not have had all the modifiers of having up all of my dimensions, but it would have gone fine and I would have won the fight. So I'm pretty annoyed here. In fact, I remember thinking right about there, I thought I actually had it if I could just land a reparry, but it just never happens. And you can see once he gets to, I think it's like 100 of his whatever they're called, then he gets up that, I think it's the black tongue, which means he starts going into the falter mechanic even faster. It's like right here, I should have just let the heavy, and I'm actually surprised now that I'm watching this back a second time. How did I, oh, because I guess it didn't pause it, huh? Yeah, whatever. So bad play by me there. I am going to blame it. I'm going to blame that on, and watch, here's the worst part. So I talked, and everyone can learn from this. For those of you who put your phones on Do Not Disturb and all that, you know how sometimes you have like a list where people can break through and things like that. Well, I so regularly put my game phone, which is my actual phone on Do Not Disturb, that this was my Do Not Disturb settings. No one is allowed to break through. No notifications are allowed. Not from apps, not from people. It was so frustrating. So I don't know. If you wear an iWatch, maybe, or an Apple Watch, maybe take it off if you're using an Apple phone. And I've been told that the tags actually can cause the exact same issue, because apparently one of my alliance mates had a death to the exact same issue in the previous war. So I took off my watch. I showed my, obviously, my battle group mates, and they're like, hey, dude, you got to remember to knock her down with the heavy. And I was like, you guys are absolutely right. That it was my plan, or my, like, if things are not going absurdly well planned. In hindsight, if I take this fight again, you're just going to see me knock him down with the heavy. I'll throw my special twos. Ma's health pool is small enough. America probably kills him in the first SB2, if not soon thereafter, with the heavies. And also, you know, any power gain that he's getting from Mystic Dispersion or something like that will be reversed, because I'll have up 3 of the negative zones. Those are the purple ones. And yeah, so it's a little frustrating. It's a little upsetting. In my opinion, I died to Skynet. So some of you will get that. Some of you will know what that is. And if you don't, look it up and go watch that movie. It's a good movie. So, all right, now let's go and move on to Carl. You're going to see some advanced gameplay, right? I've shown you him playing him a little more simply, how effective he is in the right matchups. You don't have to do the fancy stuff with the heavy and all of that. Oh, I was enjoying watching Tom Jarvis's rank 4 video on his Annihilus. Really cool. So we've got the steady build up unblockable. I don't need to worry about that special burst lockdown. Sure, go ahead and put an armor break on me. That's actually just going to power Absorbing Man up more. Now, my biggest concern in this fight was the potential power gains of Arcus. I had never taken this fight before. I knew I was going to be doing a lot of blocking, so I put on the physical resistance, the Uru mode, sorry. And I even went in vulnerability, because I'm like, just what if Arcus does get to a special 3? I've never done this before. I've never done this exact fight in war. If you saw when I did the stream with DLL, I was having trouble punishing Arcus with my heavy. Well, you're going to see here, I figure it out. I did some duels, figured it out. But every time he tries to armor break us, we're getting those morph charges up more and more. That's the green passive in the upper left-hand corner. So I'm going to, I should medium right there. I put all those vulnerabilities up. And then I should bait one more heavy. I'm going to punish it with my own heavy, cancel it into the special 1. And all those nice modifiers there. And then because we are modified, or we've reformed the Uru form, look at all the extra damage that's coming off of all the hits, including into the block. And it really feels like I did not need that invulnerability boost. Arcus did get a fair amount of power there, but it just worked out. You did so much damage so quickly. There's nothing that could happen. You stay close to Arcus because he's, I don't remember his aura or something like that, continues to try to armor block you, or armor break you. You're armor break immune, and the armor break doesn't just pause your form. The armor break is the one that actually gives you those morph charges as well, meaning you can do the medium, light, medium, get those vulnerabilities up, and then if you punish if you use your heavy and cancel it into a special, you're going to get all those really, really nice crit modifiers too. Now, here's another example of Annihilus or Carl going up in a unique fight here. So I'm going to do the same thing, because I'm going to feel like I'm going to be blocking a lot. I want the physical resistance. This is combat deja vu. So you're going to see me doing a lot of just medium lights, and then I'm going to be baiting that heavy from Arcus, because he's going to try to armor break me. You're going to see how fast it's going to ramp up Absorbing Man with those morph charges. And then there's also this conflictor, right? So I don't actually even want to be parrying. I don't want to be putting debuffs on Annihilus, just out of an abundance of caution. I don't want to throw into a special 3. So, and then in this fight, I don't even remember to do my medium, light, medium. I don't even remember to do it. So the gameplay could get even more advanced, but these are just utilizing the kit of Carl versus the kit of the champion he's going against in the node. You can see that we've already got 90 morph charges. We're at 100. And remember, Carl reduces the duration of unstoppables and a couple other buffs. Sorry, Immortality knows one of them, but I think it's 90%. So normally when when Annihilus would go unstoppable, and you're seeing it's happening very quick. Watch. Let's see if we can get it to happen. There I did punish a heavy into the special 1. You can see how much damage we're doing. Okay, I don't know if we're going to get another unstoppable. I was hoping we would. I got a nice little intercept there. Totally unnecessary, but I did get one. Got another one. You saw an unstoppable came. It was so quick. It went by so fast. I was about 45 seconds. I couldn't even get all of the words in. I did not even do my medium light medium and get up all the big vulnerabilities. It was a slightly advanced way of playing the fight. That's a complex fight where I was intentionally not doing too many medium light mediums or repeating attacks because it would trigger the node. I just wanted to make sure it went well. And Carl was still able to handle it. And then I just want to show you this, especially because I had the death and everyone knew I was extremely frustrated. Like, you know, I don't love dying in war, but particularly something that like you couldn't control. I did everything right, and that still happened. It was very, very frustrating for me. So I've come up with this fun Skynet joke, and it just happened to be, I guess, a lot of the guys in SSx were watching and cheering me on. And it just reminded it's what I used to show you for Loki. You know, there's alliances like this where everyone's enjoying and they're supportive of each other, and it just makes the game so much more fun. Yeah, it just makes it so much more fun. Whatever level you're playing at, if other people are enjoying it and enjoying it the way you're enjoying it, God, so much more fun. We did come up with a win, which was great. So we're 2-0 heading into the third war of the season. So we're definitely meeting our goals in that way, shape, or form. Well played to League of Extraordinary Champions, I believe it is, and all of their MVPs. And then these are names you've heard me say before many, many times on this channel. Congratulations and thank you to our MVPs, Nerd, my own Battle Group 1 leader, along with a couple other guys. Daddy Longlegs 93, that's right, the designer of Carl himself. And Slay, who's had a phenomenal streak recently, an amazing player, putting out some great videos. Make sure you check those out as well. And let's go ahead and check. I did decide to make the season stats. 2 wars into the season, we're 2-0, well on our way to Masters, as long as we keep that going. So that's good. That's our goal. 8 kills, 1 death to Skynet and the robot uprising, dying to the AI. I refuse to accept that as a legitimate death, so I'm going to make that denotation there for myself. 3 total champions. 4 fights for America Chavez, 2 each for Carl and Nick Fury. I happen to know how War 3 goes. You may see Carl Absorbing Man get up there with America. No boss solos. We've got a lot of boss killers in my BG, so all good to me. All good to me. And 0 defender kills, but I have a feeling we will be getting on the board thanks to that big, beautiful rank 5 Hulkling of mine. Thank you so much for watching. I hope your season is going very well. I am enjoying putting out war videos. A lot of champions I enjoy. Something new, something cool, something exciting is absolutely happening. And as long as that does, I will continue to get them out. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.